Thank you. All right, good evening. Welcome to the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, August 18, 2025. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Present, we have Mayor Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Depot, Councilor Piazza, Councilor Sheffield, and Councilor Artelli.
Okay, so we have a quorum. We will stand up, salute the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to move on to recognitions, awards, memorials. I have a couple things. One, last week we had a ribbon cutting to commemorate the pickleball courts, tennis courts, the outdoor play equipment and swings in Washington Park. And that was a good event, so thank you to all who attended. I also want to announce that starting today, Officer Alex Rosa has started as a traffic officer. So if you have any questions or concerns about traffic, or if you want to report a traffic situation or traffic issues, you can send him an email at traffic@cityofgroton-ct.gov. That's traffic@cityofgroton-ct.gov. And today was his first day. I also want to announce that we have our newest officer on board, and it is a K9, and it is Ewing. And once he gets acclimated, I will bring him in and introduce him to the council, and we will be getting him to events. So that's that. Anyone else have any recognition, awards, or memorials? Councilor Piazza.
It's just kind of off, but I just want to recognize, I'm sorry I missed the ribbon cutting ceremony, but Groton drivers went up to Quasi Park on that same day. And what should have taken us maybe just 40 minutes to drive, it took us over an hour and a half. Middlebury got hit with a sudden crazy storm, and trees were down, and all of us buses maneuvered through the storm, had to back up, turn around, so forth and so on. It was a crazy, crazy thing, but everybody was safe when we got all the students back to the Groton schools. So we just wanted to thank the drivers that I was with and that they were safe and also caring to everybody.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, moving on. Receipt of citizens' petitions, comments. Receipt of citizens' petitions is a portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address the council, please sign a sheet on the table at the front of the meeting room. When you're recognized, please approach the podium. Clearly state your name and address. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit email or written comments. Presentations should be related to matters pertinent to the City of Groton. City councilors are only asked questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during the response to citizens' petitions portion of the meeting. Do we have anyone in the audience who wishes to speak? Is the microphone on for him?
Good evening, thank you. My name's Daniel Tompkins, 30 South Prospect Street here in the city of Groton. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Groton Firefighters, IFF Local 1964, as their president to ask for your support in the tentative agreement between the city of Groton and the Groton Firefighters that will be presented to you tonight. It was I wouldn't say, I guess maybe a challenging negotiations. There were a lot of issues that we had to get through. And I commend the city administration, the fire administration, including my brother, especially the human resource department was very helpful, and Attorney Testa represented the city very well, and I think it's important that you hear that from the other side. I know it was presented to you in executive session last week, and there are some, significant changes, but they are all warranted, I will say to you. And there's a fact that I'm sure you're not aware of, But there are 196 positions across the city of Groton in the various unions. And prior to this tentative agreement, a starting firefighter was number 196. I think that's a sad statement. We've made some improvements. This contract duration is for 4 years. I will not be here in 4 years, but I suspect that firefighters will be here and looking to make more adjustments to that, because it's just unacceptable that a firefighter putting their life on the line is the lowest paid employee in the entire city of Groton. But we made some great strides. Again, thank you to the administration, and I ask for your support to move the fire department forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience who would like to speak? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to response to citizens' petitions. Comments? Any response? Deputy Mayor Depot?
I'm going to save my response or my comments on the actual contract until we bring it up. But I just want to say to you, as you stated, apparently this is probably your last contract negotiation. I know technically we're kind of on the other side of the contract negotiations, but from the perspective of a city resident, the service that you've provided as the union rep and doing that for the firefighters is very important. And I don't think people realize how much work that is. And I just wanted to thank you for obviously your service as a firefighter, but being that union rep for the firefighters is labor intensive. And those of us that know, really appreciate it. And it's obviously very necessary. And so I just want to say thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Councilor Sheffield?
We hope that we hope you have someone in line to take your place when you go to fight union strong, because I'm certainly pro-union, and I hope that the next person in line to take your spot will fight for better pay and moving forward, and hopefully there's somebody in the department in mind that you may have in mind to establish to take that next step when you leave. So again, congratulations to getting this deal done. So thank you.
Anyone else in response to citizens' petition? Councilor Piazza?
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to give you full respect for coming up and thanking the administration. It is sad to hear that you're the lowest paying, and I think that is too. And I'm definitely a union believer, and just have to keep on fighting that fight. Thank you.
Okay. Moving on, we'll go to approval of minutes. I'll take a motion to approve the mayor and council meeting minutes of August 4th, 2025.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries unanimously. Take a motion to approve the committee of the whole meeting minutes for August 11th, 2025.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries unanimously. Communication report. Councilor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing to report.
Okay, Councilor Sheffield.
Two things, and both you have already mentioned in your recognitions and rewards and memorials. One was the tennis court. Speaking of, resident Dalton Barnett came to see me at the store and congratulated the council for an outstanding job in the investment of putting the tennis courts together. He loved it very much and enjoys playing on it. He's recommending bringing friends of his who play in another section of town and to come play at Washington Park. So he really enjoyed it, and he thanks to the mayor and council for getting this done. So, and secondly, about the traffic, another citizen had referenced Thames Street, looking for potentially speed bumps on the road to slow down, speeding traffic down Thames Street, along with the possibility of maybe four-way stops at intersections, or maybe it's probably three-way, I guess, pretty much on Thames Street, stop signs. So to kind of slow things down. So just a thought. And one more thing, Bev Washington had referenced the fact that maybe the city council could have a liaison to the Board of Ed moving forward, I guess, to start the fall, if to have a collaboration with the RTM Town Council, member of the City Council, with the Board of Ed, and getting together to deal with the
We
education.
had that at one point. Wasn't that you, Counselor Piazza?
Yes, but I haven't received any emails or
I understand. So here's my question. Would you like to be on that liaison committee? If you would, I'll reach out to Beverly Washington. I'll make sure that you get the invites. Okay? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, that's all.
All right, Counselor Talley?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Okay, Counselor Patterson?
I have nothing.
Okay, Deputy Mayor Depot?
Thank you, Mayor. I also attended the ribbon cutting for the tennis courts, and both the tennis courts and the basketball courts have been well used every time I pass by, which is really great resource that we've added. And I have also gotten a bunch of comments, about it. So the residents are recognizing the investment that we put into the park, which is really nice. This Thursday at 6 p.m. is the Police and Community Together meeting. If you have questions about traffic or parking or anything to do with the police department, that is a good place to attend, or you can email your questions to the police department or any of us, and we can forward them to the appropriate party. On Friday, there is another mobile food pantry, and that is over at St. John's Christian Church. If you need a delivery of food, please contact the mayor's office, and he will get your information to me so that I can deliver food within the city. I think I did 32 last month, 32 residents. If you are unable to get to the mobile food pantry but you need food, please contact us or Groton Human Services. There is food available for people who need it, so we don't want anyone to go without for lack of asking. So please contact us if you need help. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Next is committee referrals. Are there any committee referrals? Hearing none, we'll move on. New business. Counselor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-25-08-82. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the appointment of Adela Haggerty, 137 Mitchell Street, Groton, Connecticut, as a regular member, Youth Advisory Committee. Term to expire on August 18th, 2027. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed in the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries unanimously. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-25-8-83. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve a donation of $500.00 to Cardi Art Museum Bus 326 Navajo Loop, Shelton, Connecticut, as they are a nonprofit mobile art museum bus who accepts donations, and they attended City Day 2025, providing enrichment and activities free of cost to City of Groton residents. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Okay, motion carries unanimously. Okay, Councilor Sheffield, before you start, when you do the therefore be it resolved, read down to, just read all the way to as follows, and then I'm not going to have you read all the rate schedules. Okay, so Councilor Sheffield.
Resolution R-25-08-84. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council initially approve an ordinance approving revisions to the existing water rate schedule for the City of Groton, Department of Utilities, Water Division, for all water service located within the Groton Utilities Service Territory to be effective for water service billed on and after January 1, 2026, and on after October 1, 2026, and on and after October 1, 2027, and on and after October 1, 2028, respectively. And furthermore, that effective January 1, 2026, this supersedes all previous water rate ordinances and therefore until revised as follows. I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just want, there's some utility employees and Commissioner here. And I just want to say thank you there were so many at the last meeting, and changing the rates for the utility is something that we get a lot of questions about, and it is really helpful when we can ask the questions and we get the answers on them. And we did get a lot of answers last time, and it was very, very helpful. So I appreciate your time always in coming to the meetings, because I actually had a couple residents follow up with me about it and ask more questions, and then I was able to refer them to that video. So I just want to say thank you for that, because it really does make a difference, at least from my perspective, when I'm talking to people, to be able to give them all the answers that we get from you guys. So thank you.
Hey, Councilor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to say to Groton Utilities, I appreciate all their work and all the services they provide. I do want to say that I'm thankful to be in the Groton Utilities arena, to have them servicing for water, sewer, and electric. I did a lot of research in reference to this because it does kind of get to my heart in reference to it. I did research as far as the state, looked up in the state. I looked United States wide, what's happening electrically, water, and so forth, because it was mentioned in the meeting that's happening US wide. So I did research on that. I also talked to some people up in the state. So I just want to let our constituents know that I'm researching all that I can in fact-finding. One of the main things I see is on the capital costs, on the overview of financial changes, that it is 18% increase. After all my research and fact-finding, I find that that's within reason, but 18 is a little on the high side. I was hoping that if I had known this before, I would ask that maybe if we could even have like maybe lower it to 17, 16. I'm not sure if that's the stage we're in, but that's what I was hoping and putting out there. But I do want to say to our constituents in the city of Groton that we do have a good service. This may be a stress. And one of the things I do want to say that we kind of get in a danger of, that people sometimes say it off the cuff, is you can always get help, you can always get help. I have met many people who go to get help and they miss the cutoff from services by $35. So it's not as easy as a lot of people think. It is just not. And sometimes, so we have to be careful if we're people who are making our own bills, like people who are not. And that's my grave concern, is researching and looking far into the future, we may have people that can't even afford it. And then what are we going to have? We're going to have a lot of people looking for services, and they can't get it now. They're not going to be able to get it later, because their family can't even future plan for 18% budgeting off to the side just in case something happens. But I do want to let on the other side know that I do appreciate Groton Utility Services and all the work they put into the study and doing the best they can into balancing that out. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Let's go to the last one. Councilor Talley?
Resolution R-25-8-85, therefore be it resolved in accordance with the provisions of Connecticut General Statutes, Section 7-474B, the mayor and council hereby approve the agreement, and that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute said agreement on behalf of the city of Groton. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during executive session and during committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just wanted to say, thank you to Dan for coming. And I too was surprised that our incoming firefighters are paid that level. I do think from our discussions, it seems like there was a healthy negotiation, and both sides are happy with the changes. And like you said, there are a lot of changes, but it seemed like they were warranted, and we made progress and kind of came to the middle on a lot of the things. So again, thank you for working so hard for our firefighters, despite the fact that technically, we're on one side of the negotiation, but my interest is always to protect the employees overall. And I think we do that best by making sure that we listen to them. And it seems like there was a fair amount of that in the negotiation. So I'm happy about that. And again, thank you for coming to the meeting and making your voice heard, because I think not enough people do that, and so I always want to encourage people to come to our meetings and come to public comment for whatever the subject is. Please feel free to come, because it does make a difference. Thank you.
So one of the factors, I agree that the salaries were low, and that's why we adjusted them. But one of the factors that contributed to that is that all the surrounding fire departments had recently went through negotiations, and this union was one of the last ones to negotiate. So now, you know, we're back up again, and we'll start the cycle, and we'll get ready for the next round of negotiations. So any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion, we are adjourned. Thank you, council, for coming out. Everybody in the audience, thank you for coming out and supporting.
Recording stopped.